guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Anne and today I'm back to review this excellent series. It's called Romance in the House. Oh, just fantastic. By the way, I just noticed that we only go up to episode 12, which would make sense based on all that was revealed, especially in episode 10, right? So next week is pretty much finale, right? But oh wow, how touching. When she goes, I know he didn't do it because he's family. And if he had done it and he was responsible for what happened to that old man in the house, he wouldn't have come back. Meaning, I just love how mature she is in her love. It's almost like I can see through the BS, if you will. Almost like, yeah, I know he's not always been the best with his money. I know he's not been the best with a business. And he tried all these many businesses and failed and completely destroyed our family. The fact that he came back, how he made his money, which by the way, I cannot wait to find out how did he come to that money, right? And that little preview they showed us next week, I'm like, what? So he's in the club, he was the bouncer, he had a bag of money, he was waiting for them to come back to get the money. They don't come back or something, and then the next thing we see is that like a axe or something and he's hitting someone and blood is flying. What? I hope this is not blood money. I hope this is not blood money and that's how he became rich. Come on. I mean, I feel like he's redeemed himself so much. We now love him so much. I don't want to hear that how he got to his money was something shady again, because I don't think the way she's defending him, I mean, she is got his back. Like the way she is loving him is so wonderful and mature. Oh, the way he was so touched. He's like, his family, because he's sitting there thinking, oh my God, I am toast. The whole group is here. Now here comes my son. Here comes my wife. Here comes my daughter. And now I'm being accused by the daughter of the guy who owned the building, that landlord who was killed in the fire, that I had something to do with it. And it's all pointing towards me. Which, by the way, I thought it was very interesting to find out like, oh, wow. So this whole time, this old man has been saving every little money he had. And it was interesting that it sounds like this was not the first time that his daughter had asked him for money. And he was always saying no. And the way she came to him and said, look, we're about to get kicked out of the street. Me and my son are about to get kicked out of the streets. You've got to help us. And for the very first time, he actually said, okay, I'll pay off your debt. I bet she was like, wow, that's different, because usually he says no, right? And only after that is when he passes away in the fire. And then we find out, obviously, that she was the beneficiary of the life insurance, which makes it very suspect. But to hear how the poor old landlord was swindled out of the money, I can see why he felt responsible. And I'm glad the accountant, which now I'm happy because I was looking at that accountant with a side eye like, you, what craziness are you doing? Like, I actually thought he's the one who got them in trouble. But the accountant just clearing that up, like, look, no, let me tell you the truth. This is what happened. When he got into money, he came and found me and said, I would like to invest. I would like to buy that building, obviously, because that's where his wife and kids lived in. And when they approached the landlord to ask for him to buy it, he was like, oh, no, I'm not selling. I'm planning to pass it down to my daughter. I'm waiting for redevelopments or something like that. And they figured, let's build a relationship with him. Maybe, you know, he can warm up to us and maybe he'll agree to sell that building, because obviously to him it was very important. And they're having that dinner, and then obviously that guy is next door and overhears. And then obviously by default, he's the one who ended up introducing that guy to the old man, who even at the end when he's about to sign, he's like, maybe you should think about it, don't sign. I mean, they all could tell like, wow, this guy may not be up and up. But then now the landlord is so convinced he's not listening. He would not listen even when they told him don't do it. And he just put all that money there. I just thought it was strange that you couldn't give it to your daughter in the past when she would ask you for money, but you were so quick to just all of it there. And then you lose all your fortune. you lose all your fortune. So when your daughter shows up to ask for money, you are like, the first time you said yes is because you knew you had nothing. Your money had already been stolen in the investment and you've lost everything. And now you're thinking, the only way to leave something for my daughter would be to set up this apartment on fire and hope my daughter will collect the insurance because she's my beneficiary. And even the accountant was like, you knew that it was not us. You're looking for someone to blame, but you knew that your father set the place up on fire. It was not an accident, right? And the way she was like, yeah, you're right. I was not trying to take responsibility. So that was interesting to watch. I just thought it was interesting also that the mom finally like kicked the daughter out and gives her her own apartment. At first I was like, oh, even I felt some sort of way like, but she's a responsible girl. She's not like one of those kids who stay at home and just get lazy and never have any motivation to go and do something with their lives. She was a hard worker, so I felt like eventually she would have. So initially I was like, wow, that is really painful. That being said, in the end, it has turned out to be such a blessing in the fact that now she has her own place and she actually is enjoying it. I love that now she's evolved, she's cleaning up, and then now the mom has all the time in the world where she's like, I can take care of myself. I loved her when she did the modeling thing with the makeup and how she's so good at it. And the way those sold, I mean, she's a natural at that. And just to see that she's living for herself and then how her relationship is developed with the ex-husband, if you will, and at the end there with the kiss, so heartwarming, just fantastic. I'm loving about the daughter. Oh my gosh, the daughter and the boyfriend, that father, because technically speaking it is his half brother, tricked him to say, come try it for 3 months, come work as an intern, and if you end up not liking it, fine, never bother you again to come and run the company. And the fact that he assigns the mentor to be the girlfriend, I was like, oh, you setting them up. And then how the whole office went crazy, like, and the way he was like, don't tell him I'm your son because it's just gonna make things weird. He goes, I'm not gonna say anything, I just want you to intern for me. He's like, okay. You show up and he's like, this is my son. Oh, like, oh no. The whole office is like, oh, the way all of them are like, oh, the security guard is your son, oh, and then they're thinking, oh no, what have we said to him? Crazy. So anyway, I thought that was interesting and how they're trying to navigate their relationship without people knowing that they know each other. The way she's being tough on him at work is just interesting. The boss is like, don't go too far. Don't forget he's the son of the CEO. And she's like, I'm trying to train him the right way, right? Isn't that why his dad assigned him to me? If only they knew that they were together. It's very interesting, but I'm loving it. Like I said, it makes more sense that it's, the finale is next week because I was like, wait, we now have information about what happened. They've kind of rekindled. Everybody's doing well. Like, how are they going to stretch it for another 6 episodes? I'm glad to see it ends at episode 12, but such a fantastic series. I'm loving it. I cannot wait to finally find out next week how he came into his money. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed and praying that it's not blood money, dirty money, anything like that. I hope he earned it the correct way. So here's to hoping. Anyway, what you think of Romance in the House, episode 9 and 10? Are you still loving it? Let me know in the comment section. And if you do like my video, give me a like, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. And I'll see you next week. Deuces.